When did you overhear someone talking about you in a language they didn't think you understood? When I met my girlfriend Ariana, the first thing she asked was if I spoke Italian. I wanted to be smooth and answered yes I can in Italian, but I guess nerves got to me because I somehow fumbled the words. I thought I blew it until she started laughing. Thank God. I can't date Italians anymore. My ex used to eavesdrop on every private family conversation, then bring it up unprompted. I smiled. Good thing I don't know Italian, then smoothly diverted the conversation away from Italy. By the end of that evening, I'd fallen way too hard to tell her I was fluent, and figured I'd just cross that bridge when I got to it. But then my first family dinner happened. Her mother looked me up and down and said in Italian, "So this is him, huh? Does he even have a job?" Her father responded, "Marketing? My nephew's 16 and could do that." Ariana whispered something back to them and they all chuckled. "They're saying how wonderful it is to meet you," she translated, squeezing my hand. Her parents smiled with zero warmth. For 2 years, her parents ripped into me. They'd comment in Italian about my hobbies. Grown man watching superhero movies. My future with Ariana. You're really wasting your life on this loser. Even my upbringing. Were his parents circus clowns or something? Each time, Ariana would lean in and mutter something to them quietly. Sometimes she'd stifle a laugh or make a "what can you do" face. The worst part was the comparison game. Remember when Marco, her ex, brought those expensive wines? Marco's family had that house in Tuscany. At least Marco could grow a proper beard. After each mention, Ariana would say something to them super quietly, and they'd all glance at me with what looked like pity. I was struggling really hard not to blow my cover already, and then Ariana found my old Italian notebook while searching for her passport. I'd forgotten it existed, but it contained hundreds of pages of evidence I'd learned the language. "What's this?" she asked that evening, her face pale like she was scared I understood every word all along. "It was my brother Jax," I answered before I could even think. "He loved Italian culture before he died." She looked down, afraid of pressing my obvious lie. "But Jack died when he was 6, she muttered. I froze, realizing she was onto me. Jack was advanced for his age. Her eyes narrowed, but she just hugged me and walked away. I looked up at the sky and dapped my little brother up, thinking we got away with it. Unfortunately, we did not. Soon, Ariana started testing me, casually playing Italian music while cooking, watching my face for recognition of the words. She began mentioning Italian movies. "Have you heard of Cinema Paradiso?" Studying my blank expression for cracks. She even asked me to pronounce menu items at restaurants, analyzing whether my butchered attempts seemed genuine. The thought of me knowing the truth drove her crazy. She escalated her investigation through careful observation. She found that my phone's keyboard had Italian in the language settings. My phone came like that. I never deleted it, I explained. But then she discovered I'd watched The Godfather with Italian subtitles. I was trying to read them like the credits, thought it would be authentic. I laughed. She checked my Spotify, no Italian songs, but the algorithm suggested Italian playlists. It knows I like pasta restaurants, I joked. She wasn't laughing. The tests grew smarter. She'd mix Italian words into English sentences, watching for recognition. She found a receipt from an Italian bookstore. "That bookstore also sells coffee. I met a client there," I said. My college transcripts showed I'd taken Spanish, but she found Italian conjugations in my old notebook margins. Study buddy was Italian. He'd doodle while we studied. Then came the most suspicious evidence. My laptop's autocomplete. When she typed "come," it suggested "sty." I looked genuinely puzzled. "Maybe from that time you used my laptop for your parents' emails?" She knew she'd never done that, but couldn't prove it. My YouTube history had gaps, but I always cleared history periodically anyway. The investigation reached its peak while traveling across the country to meet my parents for the first time. During the drive, she tested me one last time. "If you understood Italian, would you tell me?" Of course. My mom greeted us warmly the second we got there. Everything was going great until dessert, when Ariana mentioned wishing I could understand her family better. "Oh, but he should," Mom said brightly. "He spent entire summers with his grandmother." "In England," Dad interrupted desperately. "In London, hanging out with his English cousins." Mom froze mid-sentence, her spoon hovering over her tiramisu. "Of course